Jacob Malkoun, man, the Australian, the mean Aussie, fighting right there. Training partners with Robert Whitaker. Listen, man. In his UFC debut, we did not have a lot to work with in terms of fight film, right? He fought Phil Hawes. He got pieced up in 18 seconds. That was it. And he took a terrible game plan in that one. Now he switched his approach in this one. Now, when you look back at his regional fights, you didn't really see what he put on to, Abdul Razak Alhassan. You didn't see it. But what we saw today was something incredible, man. I saw 8 takedowns, 8 of 24 takedowns. I saw an individual who says, what's the best way to actually squeak out a win against a dude who's got dynamite in his hands? You don't let him get a punch off, man. So Al Hassan, he had 32 total strikes, man, but you could tell from the jump, everything that he threw needed to be loaded up. Everything needed to be a rocket launcher shot, and Jacob Malkoun took advantage of that and laid and prayed, man. There's no other way to put it. But I want to ask you this, man. This was a very important and very impressive win because of the caliber of the opponent, right? Because we know what Al Hassan can do. But the question comes down to this. Jacob Malkoun, he needed to get this win really bad because going 0-2 in UFC is not a good way to go, right? But you get a shot to be on the main card, right? They put you on the main card. This was not this card was cool, you know what I mean? This was a solid card, but not incredible, right? So you get opportunity to get put on the main card. They matched up these two because they thought Al Hassan was probably going to knock him out. They wanted fireworks. They wanted something exciting. You win, which is super important, but you probably deliver one of the most boring performances on the entire card, if not like in the last couple of weeks of fight since watching the Vittori Holland, basically, right? Or the Derek Brunson Holland. Where do you think he goes with the brass, the UFC brass on this one? Because they could say like, good job, you won, but also don't ever fight like that ever again on a main card. So what do you think?
Yeah, I think that's exactly it, Derek. It's on paper, smart move. Got the win. You did what you needed to do against a very dangerous person, but man, you definitely didn't win any fans. That's kind of the biggest, most important thing, is because the fans pay the bills as much as Dana White cuts a check. Is the importance of people coming together to watch you is really what you want, man. And yeah, he did get the win. I don't know, but it's like I said, not that impressive. It's very smart, very smart.
Yeah, man. And listen, he had 11 minutes of total control time, right? That's over 2 rounds. So this truly was a lay and pray contest. You know what I'm saying? But I want to talk right now because I don't want to sound like a hypocrite here. And I want to talk about why I'm applauding Jacob Malkoun. Obviously, I had to eat crow because I said I don't know why he's on the main card and dude doesn't stand a chance. And listen, I look dumb, not him, man. He proved me wrong. And that's the fighter's job, right? Is to prove us wrong. But at the end of the day, why am I talking positive on Jacob Malkoun and I'm not talking the same way about Marvin Vettori and his fight against Kevin Holland? And I'm going to tell you why, because in these situations, they're both in similar situations, but not quite, right? Marvin Vettori is talking like, I'm going to starch this dude. He doesn't belong in the ring with me. I should be challenging for a title, and then puts on that performance against a dude who's at the time was 4 spots behind him in the rankings, a dude who isn't even a natural 185er, he's more of a 170er. And at the end of the day, you couldn't even put him away, man. You know what I mean? You couldn't even really like hurt him. You got a little boo-boo over the eye, like we said. But I just think that being in that top 10, top 5, man, you got to really bring it, right? Now, the difference here, AJ, is that Jacob Malkoun, even though he wasn't talking mess, part of it is because I thought I wrote him off completely and I didn't think he would win this fight. But part of the reason why it's impressive is because when you're breaking into the UFC, these are the tactics you can take. That's totally okay. When you're breaking in, when you're established and you're trying to get a title, you can't do that because, like I said, this is not just the sport. This is entertainment. And as much as we like to keep them separate, I like to go purist martial artist. Obviously, AJ, you see in the way that I have some of my takes, I'm going more on the purist side than I am on the Ben Askren, Jake Paul, just entertainment side. But at the end of the day, man, you can't be called the Italian dream if you ain't putting on dream-like performances, man. You could be the Italian dream because you put us to sleep with that performance. You know what I mean? I had a very Italian-themed dream on that fight. But at the end of the day, AJ, Jacob Malkoun, man, I hope we don't see more performances like this. I'm glad that you got to showcase the wrestling, but at the end of the day, man, that's why I give this take, and that's why I applaud his performance and not Marvin Vettori's. Do you have anything on that, AJ?
No, I got to agree too, Derek, because I was definitely not even thinking this guy had a chance against Al Hassan. So yeah, a lot of crow my way as well. But this dude, like I said, a very smart win. Sometimes You just got to get the dub and then perform after that. And, you know, that's the case. Hey, man, you got to get it done.
Yeah, exactly. Now, what's surprising about this, AJ, is most people don't know this. Alhassan was actually in the Tapology worldwide rankings, was probably about like 20 spots behind Jacob Malkoun. So even though we think it's a big name in terms of name recognition, it's really not in terms of actual placement.